how to practice loving kindness meditation when you're not feeling very kind or loving. So somebody asked earlier today in our community what to do when you aren't feeling the love, when it's difficult to actually cultivate compassion for either yourself or others. Now, we have much to say about this. I think there are many really transformative practices that you can incorporate into your life that will transform this challenge, that will actually enable you in a fun and fearless and focused way to practice loving kindness for yourself and for others, including strangers, people you may know and not like, people you resent, people you have challenges with, interpersonally and otherwise. But I'm going to give you a really simple shortcut that I gave to this person earlier today in our community, and it's a shortcut that works for me. So it's not something that's, I will say it's magical. I mean, there is a magical sort of shape and sheen and texture to all of this practice. The loving kindness, in love with the world practices that we're sharing here, I do believe are the single most helpful and transformative sort of mindfulness or kindfulness practices that you can cultivate in your life, and that have the most resonance in terms of living a life that is full of magic and meaning and self-regard and compassion and connection and curiosity and all the sorts of virtues and qualities that we care about insofar as living our lives well. But here is the simple hack, right? So for me, what I will do with somebody that I don't like naturally, or someone I have a challenge with, or someone that just irritates me, I imagine them on their first day of life. I imagine them as a baby. And then I will imagine them on their last day. And then I will imagine them on their best day. And then I will wish that for them. I'll picture them happy and smiling and serene and just living with ease and denuded of all of the, sort of obnoxiousness or irritation or the qualities that they present that I find, unhelpful or I don't like. And I'll just see them as a kid, as a baby or a 2-year-old. Sometimes I'll move progressively, visualizing them at a very young age, even, so a baby, and then at 2, and then at 4. And then often I'll move to the end of their lives in my mind, and I feel compassion for them. And when I see them as a baby, I feel curiosity. How did this child become this person who's become such a problem in my life? And I'll play with that, moving and flowing and going between all these various timelines in their life. And then I find myself, there's like a slender shred of a window that opens into this world of feeling a shared sense of experience with them, a shared sense of humanity. Because I'll do the same for myself. I will think back to myself as a baby, and I will fast forward to the end of my life and see that version of me at the end of my life. And I feel great compassion for that version of me. And when I look at my younger self, I look at pictures of myself from when I was a child, I feel great care and concern and loving kindness naturally for that version of me, where it's much more difficult to feel that way for the present version of me. So I feel the same resentments and doubts and insecurities and fears and sort of angst at myself, but I don't feel that with my childlike self or the self when I fast forward into the future. I just see and feel love and care and connection and compassion. And when you move between these various states, both for yourself and for others, and you realize that so much of our lives, we didn't, are created by influences that we didn't necessarily invite into our lives. Who I am today is in some large part who I was at 4 or 2 or 6, and the influences that were around me then have shaped me both consciously and unconsciously into the human that I am as I record these words for you right now. So there is a wisdom that comes with that, but there's also a sense of self-compassion that arises from that realization. So, practice these moves, and they are moves because you are with a degree of intentionality, cultivating an attitude of gratitude and care and curiosity and connection with yourself and with others. And the last thing I told this person today who said they really struggle to find or feel self-compassion or self-love is to practice this with somebody that you know loves you already. So whether that's your mom, your sister, your best friend, your child, or even a pet, you can bask in the adulation and the affection and the unconditional love, the loving kindness that your pet offers you, and you can feel worthy of that. And you can really grab the dials of that sort of emotion and turn them in the direction of more. And as you begin to feel worthy and feel more loved and worthy of being loved, it becomes easier and easier to not only extend it to somebody else, but to actually live in a state of love. So I hope that's helpful to you. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and this is our In Love with the World series and community. If you're interested in joining us, send an email, ian@mindfulmarketplace.com, or if you're listening to this on the web, simply click on the link below to get access to our community. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much for listening.